office of the Always Believe House. Oh, today we are going to take the most massive step you can take in Algebra 1. We're going to factor quadratic equations with a number larger than 1 in front of the x squared term. Ho, 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 ho. This is going to be one of the hardest lessons you do all year. Stay with me and we will succeed because we always believe. So a magical whiteboard appears and let's start rocking and rolling. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, now then on these problems, this is, like I said, this is going to be one of the harder lessons you do all year. But don't worry because you're going to get taught with more power. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, step one. Step one is to take the A term and the C term. Okay, and this is your standard equation right here. Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to take the A term and the C term and multiply. So right here, I'm just going to do 5 times 12. Ignore the signs for now. So 5 times 12 is 60. Everyone see where I get the 60. So I'm multiplying the first term and the last term. I'm going to multiply and get 60. Now then, I'm going to write the factors of 60 out. If there was no number in front of the x squared, we would just get the factors of 12, right? Okay, now since there's a number in front of the x squared term, we're going to multiply, then write those factors out. This is going to get hard because the number is going to get bigger. Okay, now then really quickly, I could do 60 pretty quick. It's 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 6 times 10, 7 won't work, 8 won't work, 9 won't work, I'm back to 10, right? So those are all my factors of 60. Now then, some of us have harder times getting those factors down. You could use your calculator. So get your calculator out, hit the home page, okay, and go to graph. Click B. You're going to find out that it is quicker to do it by hand unless the number is huge. Now then, the number we needed to get the factors of was 60, right? So type in 60 divided by x. Whatever number you need to get the factors of, you type in that number, divide by x. Now then, hit enter. This is going to graph a real funky graph. We can't see it all. Don't worry about it. But we want the table. So hit Control T. And if you hit Control T, guess what shows up? The factors of 60. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, so this is another way you can get the factors. We're going to have to use this on some of these real big numbers. If it's real small, I'm going to do the factors by hand because it's quicker than going through this calculator. It's going to be tedious to use the calculator. Okay, now then let's go back because it's the same factors we got. And notice we want to subtract and get 4. You're doing the same thing you did earlier. So which one of these numbers subtracts and gives us 4? It's the 6 and the 10. Everyone with me? So the 10 and the 6 subtract and give me 4. Now then, write what you do with the 10 and the 6 to get a positive 4. To get a positive 4, I'm going to write down plus 10, skip a spot, and I'm going to write down minus 6, aren't I? Everyone see what I'm doing? Okay, this is a lot of steps here. This is a simple way to do it compared to what I learned, okay? So just stay with me. Now then, since we multiply, the opposite of multiply is divide. We're going to divide each of these terms by 5x. Everyone with me? Okay? You'll get the hang of this, okay? This is step by step what we're doing here. So we multiply the A and the C, we get 60. We write down the factors, subtract and get 4. That's going to be the 10 and the 6. Plus 10 minus 6 is my plus 4, and then whatever this A term is, I'm going to put it on the bottom, and don't put the x squared term down. Just put 5x and 5x. Now then, this term simplifies, doesn't it? What's 10 divided by 5? 10 divided by 5, I'm going to put plus 2 over x, right? I can divide the top and bottom by 5, can't I? Now then, this right here and this right here is what's going to go in the parentheses. So this parentheses will be x plus 2, and this parentheses will be 5x minus 6. Compared to what I had to do to learn this, this is a piece of cake. Now then, let's check. X times x is 5x squared. 2 times negative 6 is by negative 12. My inside arch would be plus 10. My outside arch would be minus 6. 10 minus 6 is the plus 4. So this right here are the factors of my quadratic. More power. This is the first time you've done this. Just hang with me. We're going to go through. We're going to do a lot of these odds together. Let's go to the next one. Okay, on the next this first step is to multiply the A term and the C term, right? So 3 times 8 is 24. This one won't be hard because there's not many factors in 24. The more factors you get, the harder the problem is. So I'm just going to do this by hand. 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, and that's it. So those are my factors of 24. Now then, I want to add and get 14. So which set adds up and gets 14? It's the 12 and the 2 in it. Now then, to get 14, I need to do plus 12 and plus 2. Make sure you're putting the pluses. Then remember, the opposite of multiply is divide. I'm going to put 3b on the bottom. You don't put the square, just put the linear term, put the b, okay? Now then, usually the left term will simplify. 12 divided by 3 is 4, right? I could divide both of these by 3, right? And I would get 4 over b. I would get plus 4 over b, right? This is what goes in the parentheses. Notice that the 2 and the 3 won't simplify, will it? So I'm going to get b plus 4 and then 3b plus 2. More power. Okay, so b times 3b is 3b squared. 4 times 2 is 8. My inside arch would be 12. My outside arch would be 2. 12 plus 2 is 14. That's more power. Let's keep going. Let's go to number 5. This is just this is amazing because it always works, okay? The other way to do this is trial and error, and it is not easy. Once you click on this, it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so we're going to multiply the A term and the C term. Don't put the negatives or anything. So 5 times 6 is 30, and 30 is a piece of cake, right? 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 won't work. 5 times 6, boom, I'm done. Those are my factors of 30. I want to subtract and get 13. So which one subtracts and gives me 13? It's the 15 and the 2 in it. Now then, I want to subtract 15 and 2 and get a positive 13, don't I? So I need to do plus 15 and then minus 2, right? The next step is to put the A term on the bottom. So we're going to put 5x on the bottom and 5x on the bottom. Okay, now then, these over here divide by 5, don't they? So I'm going to get plus 3 over x, right? Now then, this is my parentheses. So I'm going to put x plus 3 and then 5x minus 2. That is more power. This is like eating Oreo cookies and then Reese's peanut butter cups. This is good stuff. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is going to be kind of more difficult, okay? You'll see why, okay? Let's multiply. So we're going to multiply 5 and 42, right? 5 times 42 is a big number. It's 210. Okay, since this is so big, let's use the calculator. So go to the calculator. I got all my old stuff. This is what I was saying. This is going to be tedious. So to get the new graph on, you got to get rid of the table. So hit Control-T. That removes the table or puts up the table. So you got to get rid of the table to graph another one. Now then, we want to delete the old graph. So Menu, Actions, and delete all. 4. Menu 1, 4 deletes everything. Hit Enter. Now that I need to graph, this is what I said. This is going to be tedious to do. So Menu, where does it say Graph? At 3. And we want to graph a function, which is 1. Now then, we want the 210, don't we? So we're going to punch 210 divided by x. Not minus x divided by x. So I got 210 divided by x on my calculator, right? Hit Enter. And notice I'm going to get a lot. Okay, I can't see the graph. Hit Control-T. I can't see the graph because the intercept's 210. It's off the graph. Hit Control-T. That gives me my table, and there's a ton of them. Notice that 4 is 52.5. 4 does not go into 210, does it? Okay, so I have my table over here, right? And I'm going to go down just a little bit. Okay. Notice that 5 works, 6 works, 7 works, 8 doesn't work, 9 works. You'll just use the numbers with whole integers. Those are the factors of 210. Now then, let's go to the problem. We want to subtract and get 29. Subtract and get 29. So if you're using the calculator, just type it in the calculator, subtract, get 29, it's going to be the 35 and 6 in it. Everyone see that? Okay, so I don't have to write all the factors out if I'm using the calculator, but it's tedious because you got to get rid of the table, delete the graph, menu 3-1, type it in. It's a lot of time. It's quicker to just write the factors down. 210 has a ton of factors, so it's probably worth your while to use the calculator. We're going to use 6 and 35 because 35 minus 6 is the 29. So I'm going to go back to the problem and I'm going to put 6 times 35. I'm going to use the factor that I need. If you won't, put calculate over here. Okay, put CALC. That way I know that you went to the calculator. Now then, how can I write 35 and 6 to get a positive 29? I'm going to do a plus 35 and a minus 6. The opposite of multiply is divide. I'm going to divide both of these by 5n. Usually the one on the left simplifies, and I'm going to get plus 7 over n, right? This is going to be my parentheses. So I'm going to have n plus 7 times 5n minus 6. Ho, 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 ho. If we did the full in our brains and worked it out, we would get 5n squared plus 29n minus 42. It would all work out, okay? You're going to repeat these steps over and over. Let's go to the next one. Fun, 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 fun. I'm probably going to do 2 more and then let you go on your own, okay? Do 2 more, let you go on your own. Okay, so we're going to multiply the A and the C, the 2 and the 35, and I'm going to get 70. Notice that some of these will repeat, and you can just look up and look at the factors, okay? I could get 70 real quick. 1 times 70, 2 times 35, 3 won't work, 4 won't work, 5 times 12, and 7 times 10. That's it. Oh, 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 oh. That's more power. Did I get them all? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to add and get 19. Did I miss one? Oh, it's 5 times 14. I messed up. Oh, did that on purpose. See if you're paying attention, because 5 times 12 is 60, okay? Now then, we want to add and get 19. We want to add and get 19, and that's why I was looking like none of them worked. You get the 5 and 14, okay? Also important, if none of the factors work, the answer would be prime. If none of the answers work and you can't take a GCF out, the answer would be prime. There's not any prime numbers on this one, or prime factors, okay? So, how do I get 19 with 5 and 14? I'm going to put the biggest one first. I'm going to put plus 14 and plus 5, right? Now then, I need to divide by the 2n. These right here divide by 2, and I'm going to get 7 plus 7 over n, right? Now then, this right here and this right here are my parentheses. So I'm going to get n plus 7 and then 2n plus 5. So these fractions are a quick way to get to the factors, okay? If we did the full, we would go right up to the 2n squared plus 19n plus 35. Ho, 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 ho. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Okay, let's keep going. Number 11. Oh, ho, ho. Number 11. We're going to multiply the 7 and the 24, right? So 7 times 24 is 140 plus 28. That's 168. And we need the factors of 168. I'm going to go through this and do it by hand instead of use the calculator. So 1 times 168, 2 times 64. 3 works. 3 goes into it 56 times. Don't you wish you could do this? 4 times 42. 5 don't work. 6 will not work. Or yeah, it will. 6 times 28. And then 7 will not. 7. Yes, 7 times. This is a lot of them. 7 times, let's see, 24. 8 times 21. 9 won't work. 7 and 15, nope. 10, 11, 12. 12 works. 12 times 48, 14, and then that's it. That's a lot of factors in it. The more factors you get, the harder it is to do this, okay? You probably would want to do this on the calculator. Okay, so if you did it on the calculator, you would get all those factors in your table. Now then, we want to subtract and get 22. So which one subtracts and gives us 22? Right here it is. Okay, so if you did this with the calculator, you would just scroll up and down until you found the one that would work, right? So the 28 and the 6 work. So to the left, and we want to subtract and get a positive 22. So I need to put a plus 28 and a minus 6. Plus 28 minus 6 is my positive 22 in it. The opposite of multiply is divide, so I'm going to divide by 7r. Okay, does any of them simplify? The one on the left simplifies. I'm going to get 4 over r plus 4 over r, right? This right here turns into parentheses. So my parentheses will be r plus 4 over 7r minus 6. Ho, 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 ho. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. You have no idea what you are doing right now, okay? This is the basic arithmetic of calculus, okay? On the star reviews, you graph these, it graphs a curve, right? What we're going to do next is study that curve, okay? And this is how you're going to get the zeros of the curve eventually. This is a huge step on what you're learning. Probably the second most important thing you're learning in algebra. First thing is probably linear systems. This is probably, factoring is probably the second most important thing you're learning. And I'm going to do one more for you. Let's do number 13. We're going to multiply 5 times 10 and get 50. 50 is easy. 1 times 50, 2 times 25, and 5 times 10, and that's it. We want to add and get 27. So the 2 and the 25 work, right? But it's a negative 27, right? So I need a negative 25 and a minus 2. Everyone see what I'm doing here? So negative 25 minus 2 is my negative 27 in it. Now then we're going to divide both sides by 5a. And these divide by 5. So I'm going to get negative 5 over a. And now then my parentheses are right here and right here, aren't they? A minus 5 and 5a minus 2. And if I did my full method and multiplied them, I would go up to the problem, okay? What a blast, okay? So step 1 is to multiply the a and the c. Get the number, write out the factors. Step 2 is to add or subtract and get that b term, right? And then step 3 is to write the a term on the bottom. Simplify the one on the left, then write your parentheses, okay? Pretty simple stuff, okay? This is the hardest thing you're doing in this class. So if you're still kind of floored, it's okay. Message me. I did a lot of these problems, okay? We did like 7 together. Go through, do them. I've posted the key. Make sure you can go through this process. If you still don't understand, watch the video again. You'll click on it eventually. Eventually, this will click, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to continue doing the same thing. It's got to get a little harder because we're going to take a GCF out first. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.